What's up, YouTube? Today is Good Friday. What a day it was over 2,000 years ago, as Jesus was preparing to go to the cross for you and me. What a day it was. It's a horrific day for him, but an incredible day for you and me, the believer, who have put our hope and trust in Jesus. So this will be the first video kind of that I've done. The last video, first one I did was an introduction, kind of telling you about what the channel was going to be like, but this will actually be the first video that I kind of do like my thoughts on what I've been reading. So I've been reading Revelation, and I'm in chapter 9. And there are a couple of things that really stood out to me this week as I was reading. Basically, this chapter is God allowing, continuing to allow things to happen to the earth. He basically releases, it says, I'll just read the first 6 verses of the chapter. And the 5th angel blew his trumpet, and a star fallen from heaven to earth. And he was given the key to the shaft of the bottomless pit. He opened the shaft of the bottomless pit, and from the shaft rose smoke like the smoke of a great furnace. And the sun and the air were darkened with the smoke from the shaft. Then from the smoke came locusts on the earth, and they were given power like the power of scorpions of the earth. They were told not to harm the grass of the earth or any green plant or any tree, but only those people who do not have the seal of God on their foreheads. They were allowed to torment them for 5 months, but not to kill them. And their torment was like the torment of a scorpion when it stings someone. And in those days, people will seek death and will not find it. They will long to die, but death will flee from them. The first thing that I really noticed about this passage, it's just filled with phrase after phrase that God allows, or they were told not to harm. They were allowed to torment for 5 months. He was given the key to the bottomless pit. All those things, God allowed it to happen. And you may think, well, how could God allow things like that to happen? Well, at this time, the world has, as we know it now, is coming to an end. It's now moving into post-world, if you will, and God is now judging the earth, and so He is allowing all these things to happen. And the thing that, as I was reading through this, the thing that struck me was the same way that God is in control in these days and is allowing these things to happen, God is in control today. And, something may happen to us and we wonder why, and, what's the deal, or why is this happening to me? But God is in control of it. And what an encouragement, what a promise we have, knowing that God is in control, that nothing that happens in our lives goes unknown from God. God pre-knew about what was going to happen to us before it even happened. The second thing that really stuck out to me is in verses 20 to 21, and it says, the rest of mankind who were not killed by these plagues did not repent of the works of their hands, nor give up worshiping demons and idols of gold and silver and bronze and stone and wood, which cannot see or hear or walk. Nor did they repent of their murders or their sorceries or their sexual immorality or their thefts. Those two verses, I began to be convicted about, and I feel like a lot of us, if we really read them and pondered them in our hearts, I feel like it would convict most of us too. It talks about these people that they had idols of gold and silver, bronze, but it says which cannot see or hear or walk. So these are just gods that these people have created, and they worship them. For example, they didn't repent of their murders or sorceries or sexual immorality or thefts, but that these people created idols of these temporary things like gold and silver and bronze and stone and wood. And I began to think, how often do we create idols? It may not be out of those things. We may not make a golden image and put it up on our mantle and worship it every morning, but how often do we create an image, which may be money, our possessions, anything, you name it, can be an idol. And so, as I have done this week to just evaluate, what is my top thing in life that I'm desiring? What is it that brings me the most joy and satisfaction? And I really had to be real with myself on, is that God? And I don't want anything to be above my desire and longing for the Lord. And so I pray that you would feel the same way. Check out the rest of this book. It's an incredible chapter, along with an incredible book. I'm excited about the next video. Stay tuned. It'll be coming to you soon. Bye.